We got a fun-filled show tonight.
I met a boy today.
It's your boy, Coach Career, the General. E17 Army.
She loving my style every time I'm.
You ain't need more money, Tito. You could have just invited 6 or 8 you down to nationals.
I'm around.
When certain people don't get their way or they feel slighted, they feel like they have a right to call us and voice their opinion. You don't.
The hood, we locked the
Clear. I've never removed a staff to allow a staff to move up.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Now everybody's a personal trainer. We know who the originals are, but now if you look, you can find them in every town.
What up?
What's going on, player?
Chilling.
We back on Wednesday nights.
Back on Wednesday nights. We late to this week, but every other week we good. I was finishing the schedule. I was tapped out. Working on a schedule. Finished.
We had practice. Well, let me get these shares out, and then we'll dive right into it. Get your shares out.
What up, everybody? How everybody doing out there, man? We back on the good night. Back on the good night. What up? Hey, football's 2 weeks away. Week 1 is 2 weeks away.
It is. I've been reminding my team of that all week.
Week 1 is 2 weeks away. That's real. Y'all ready to play a game? Y'all in game mode?
No. I mean, we will be ready then, but we ain't ready now. That's what you asked me.
I feel you. My team ain't nowhere near ready, man. So y'all must be further along than me because we ain't nowhere near ready.
How we further along? We ain't start to the Monday the 3rd. I'm sorry, I'm not one that bought into the whole starting in July shit. I'm just gonna keep it real. I think it's corny. I think both of them got it wrong. AYF and Pop Warner, and people could be mad at me. You both got it wrong, and you both have ran this shit into the ground with the stupidity of competing with each other.
They have. I think they both had a niche, and they should have stuck with their own niche.
We're gonna get into all of it. Like I said,
tonight,
y'all don't like me already. You're really not gonna like me tonight after I say what I'm gonna say, and I'm just gonna keep it 100. And if any of y'all got a problem with it, you know how to get at me. There ain't no hair on my tongue. So if you ain't like me before, you really not gonna like me after tonight because we're in a bad spot. We're in a bad spot, and it's our fault.
Meaning not our as in me and Tito, but our as in the youth football communities. That's what he's saying. All right. So that's what he's saying when he says it's our fault. He's talking about the youth football community, the spot that we're in. It's our fault. But before we do that, Tito, I got a spicy topic. Not a spicy topic. Somebody says something.
We ain't even do our drop, bro. This
is before. My daughter's about to come home. I'm wondering if she got her.
Go ahead.
But anyway, it's your boy PH the Prez, Mr. Above 140. We back on Wednesday nights at 9. Back to reclaim our audience, and I'm here with the co-host.
It's your boy Coach Career, the General.
And let me tell y'all something right now. Tito, somebody says something to me. And this is going to cause a lot of controversy. I did not say this. Somebody said this to me, Tito. And you know somebody said this to me. They said the reason a lot of the New England athletes don't look like a lot of the athletes either in the South or sometimes in the Midwest is because a lot of the black men in New England has crossed over having kids with Latinos, which changed the dynamic of the size, the weight, and the height of our athletes holistically. There's a lot of black and Latino families where down south, they're still traditionally having black on black babies, where
That's
you
a fact.
see the athletic
It's a fact.
ability of the black children completely different because of the black genes. I'm just saying that's what somebody said to me, and I was like, "What?" I've been saying it for, in my life.
For years. Hold on.
A Dominican woman, so we know.
I've had this conversation with you numerous times, and I told you the problem we have in the Northeast, why we can't compete when we get down there, is because when you all right, I'm just going to use fast break for an example, because this is what I pointed out to you last year. Yep. If you look at where Richmond, Ohio is, look what the population is, look what the demographics are. Now, on this one particular team, you see probably 10 kids, at least 10 kids, I would say, and 2 or 3 that are just phenomenal, that for their size, their age, their ability, their speed, where they got 3 kids that are legitimately 6'1", 6'2", and they're not coming into their body. They're into their body. And the one thing you see is what I told you, there's no
crossover.
Right, not crossover, whatever the proper word is. There's no biracial families. You know what I'm saying? Mixed, blended, whatever you want to call it. There's a difference. When you look at what was some Northeast Ohio, when we look at Northeast Ohio and Eagle Flight, you don't see when you look at the Connecticut teams, and not all the Connecticut teams, but the mixed up cities, the New Britons, the Meridans, the where it is heavy Latino and African American, Hartford to an extent, you got a very blended situation. There's a difference size-wise. We don't match up size-wise. And I believe part of what you're saying there is the reason why. It's because we've thinned out the bloodlines.
It was said to me, I was like, I've never thought about it like that. Like, I've never thought about it. But I guess now look, for those that are ignorant out there, for those that do not understand, we're not taking a position on whether you should or should not have biracial families. I really don't care what you do in your household. My
family's biracial. Your family's biracial.
Right? So I am here advocating one or the other. I'm telling you, someone said to me that we have affected our culture in New England, not the culture, our communities in New England with the size, the height, the weight, the speed, by having blended families, that there's something to black on black babies with 2 parents of a certain stature or size, and you see what comes out of that is typically a better athlete than not. That's what he said.
I mean, John Brown, you can find the clip. John Brown has a whole segment on this. Wait, that's a good point too, though. If we're gonna say, well, that's we know.
I mean, what we supposed to do?
We know what some of the process in the hood is. I mean, we are malnourished. We are malnourished as well, though. Like, especially
obesity is an issue in
the poverty areas. Our kids, they grow up
in Chinese food.
I mean, we all grew up eating out the bodega, but when you're under the line,
regardless of all of that, if a 5'8" person is having a woman is having a baby by a 6'4" guy, they can use all the drugs they want. They're going to have a big stature.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kid can come out of that situation, right? Now, I ain't getting that deep. This is more of a genetic talk. I'm not talking about drug use, because then it's like, what type of drugs, right?
Right.
Is weed bad? Some people say it's
no. That's going down a different avenue.
That's going down.
I know who brought this up to you, because I had this conversation with this gentleman a couple times over the last couple months, and I just had to point it out because I see the difference in what some of these guys are bringing to the table. Because I'm at nationals every year along with you, and you often start to question, why can't we get close? Why can't we do why? At least in Pop Warner. And what I see is there's a size differential, there's an athletic disparity, and there's a speed disparity. You can't argue this. These are things that we know. When you get down there, we cannot motor with those guys. We just can't. For whatever reason, We can't. You can say it's the cold weather. You can say what it is. Now, I believe there is some science behind that the people from past the Mason-Dixon, because it's warmer, their muscles twitch a little faster. There is some scientific evidence that will support that. But there's definitely a difference in just pure athleticism, speed, and size when we get down to those levels of play.
It seemed like a young man asked the question, Tito. I'll propose it to you. He said, what to do with hip pain after leg extensions? Because it's been hurting for a month. Let me say something. First, it sounded like you were doing the leg extension. Whatever you were doing, don't do it. If a coach told you to do it, you need to talk to the coach about proper technique. And I'm not trying to knock nobody. Maybe the coach don't understand how to properly do it. Right?
Message me privately. There's a whole series of things. There's a whole series of things you could do if you locked up your hip to get some flexibility.
And find him on Facebook, Alberto Correa, Correa.
Message me and I'll give you a whole, because I'm going through a hip problem and I'm sort of working my way through it. So message me.
Alicia,
and I'll give you
shout out to Alicia. Thank you, Alicia. You still over there? You still your son still rocking and rolling over there?
What's going on, Coach?
So yeah, I wanted to just start off with that. I thought it was an interesting topic. I got all girls. My daughters are pretty athletic, but I do understand, and who knows what it would have been, right? Like I won't know, right? And a lot of people won't know, right?
My kids are.
We know the little small sample size.
My kids,
it could be something to it.
My kids are biracial, and I'm all of 6'2", and Sarah's all of 5'6", 5'7", and my daughter's not taller than her mother, so it don't always hit that way needed. And the book is out on Lucas. We don't know if he's going to be big, even though the men in my family, being Hispanics, we're all over 6'1", 6'2", except for my brother. The rest of us are all over, north of 6'1". Every single Korean man. But my brother's right on the edge at 5'11"-ish. You know what I mean?
Hey, Gil, you might want to stay for the next conversation, Gil, because this is going to be a large part of what Tito's talking about, indie leagues. Stop seeding these 5'2" BBL bandits, fellas. Well, that's another problem, right?
That's the other thing.
You know, you don't know sometimes if you're looking at a woman who's designed to be that way. Not right. Like, I'm not knocking anybody, but you get a woman who's supposed to be, let's say, fat. They get a BBL. To you, they look athletic and thick. Then you have a son, and he come out fat. You not fat. She not fat. Where the obese child come from? If it's not hereditary, it could have been her genes, but you would never know. That was also something that he was talking about. So it's funny you say that again. I ain't knocking BBLs. Get all of them that you want. Clean your body up. I don't care. I'm not knocking anything. I'm talking about a conversation I had. I'm not taking a position whether it's right or wrong. I don't know. I haven't done research. Phil is about research, okay? That's why I'm trying to become a doctor, because I want to be doing research. I ain't taking a position. I'm telling you conversation. So stop shooting at me. I'm just saying that in today's society, the women with fake bodies, Tito, you don't know how hereditarily they really look. You don't know what they would really look like. And so a lot of guys is having babies with beautiful women, but they're not naturally built or they aren't birthed to look like that. And so you don't know what you're getting out of that, because let's be honest, Tito, me and you talked about this. There are some people having babies for athletic and breeding and sports purposes. And you and I have talked about that. Finding a woman that's, 5'11" and 6 feet. There are some guys out there doing it. And unfortunately, you can't tell with the BBL era all the time what you're getting. At least size-wise. Height-wise is not like it's affecting you. But size-wise, you don't always know. Because sometimes, sometimes you get in, a lady that look bad, not knowing she's supposed to be looking like SpongeBob. So you have little SpongeBob, and it happens. But there are men, and you and I have talked about this, having children and looking for a specific type of woman. And I ain't talking about looks, I'm talking about size.
If I absolutely had to do it all over again, I would definitely have made choices a little differently, knowing what I know now.
About stature and all of that.
Right. Well, if you want to breed athletes, there's, the crazy dude, Lonzo Ball and them. What's going on, Mr. Kennedy? Lonzo Ball's father and LeVar Ball. He said when he picked his woman, he knew what he was getting into. John Brown said the same thing. If you want to hear more on this conversation, go to John Brown with his sons, that podcast. They have this specific conversation where he gets into it. The whole thing about what has happened with the bloodline. He gets into it in depth. And if you ever listen to John Brown, I've been in sports my whole life. He's not off base. I know you people gonna think he's crazy. He's not off base. He's telling the truth. A lot of the time, he's telling the truth.
The most absurd statement that's made. We made a lot of statements. Are you saying the hereditary makeup of parents?
No, JB, they're talking about our next conversation, which that's not whatever you guys are arguing, that's the truth. The FCAC is dominating the high school circuit. And they don't play. You guys are about to blow the conversation, Phil. They're about to blow the conversation. Let's drop the thread I put yesterday so people get a context of what I'm talking about.
Oh, my bad. So they're having another conversation then.
No, they talk about the conversation we're about to get into. So give them the context of the thread I put up yesterday.
All right. So the thread we was talking about, Tito made a statement, and I'm going to post it up on the screen for everybody to see so that we can discuss it properly, because I think it should be properly discussed. Give me a second. Save. Oh, that ain't it. It's this one. All right, here we go. It said, here will be a topic for Wednesday night. Local leagues versus national leagues. All right. We're going to get into differences and the reasons why we are separated in New England. And then we're going to discuss why are local leagues so much more relevant, so much more successful than the national leagues.
Right.
Hey, Tony.
As a whole.
Tony, I'm instead of dropping them live, I'm going to drop them like last year. People liked it. I'm going to drop it like 13, 12, 11, 10. The first ranking is going to come out. The committee haven't given me they stuff, so they still factoring. The first ranking going to come out Monday. It's going to be 13U. Sorry if that's what you was up here for, brother. But we chugging along. If you got some inside information on some teams out there, let me know. I do have some people from around the nation that was supposed to come on live tonight. I scheduled them for next week because I want to drop the rankings and then talk to them. But go ahead, Tito. Local leagues. Tell me, first of all, Tito, let's break this down. I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Let's talk about the differences. What do you think the major differences between the local leagues in New England and the national leagues?
The local leagues are hung up on winning national titles. They don't even care about going anywhere to play. They're totally okay with playing their little 10, 12 game season, whatever it is, playing their little 10, 12 game season, then going home. They're also more interested in holding the second part.
Do you think that means they more focused on development than the national leagues?
I believe so. I believe they're more focused. And if you look in a lot of those local leagues, for instance, like the New Canaans of the world, and I believe the Madisons, there's a couple teams in Shoreline, they'll have multiple 8th grade teams. That's how much buy-in they got from their communities, where they're running multiple 8th grade teams. And what was going on, Mark? They're running multiple 8th grade teams, and both their 8th grade teams are good because they're getting all the kids of that age in that town to come out and play.
Right.
So I believe in those two things. Number one, they don't care about national play. Number two, they're more focused on developing kids for the high school they're feeding. And I think those two things right there are the ultimate separators. Because if you look at who dominates the high school structure, it ain't us from the inner cities. It is guys from downstate in the FCA and guys from the coastline. You know, the Madisons of the world, the North Havens. You know, that's who's running the roost at the high school level. It's not us guys that are involved in the national play, the inner cities.
No knock on the national leagues. The local leagues are better than the national league structure-wise and get a full season's worth and develop all those kids to bring them into high school.
And the other big part of that, too, is they play, in my opinion, and people are not going to be happy with this, they play by the best age matrix, which is 1231, grade-based. It solves all your problems with where kids are going to land. And you made a good point about your thing I'll let you get into. It solves all the issues about where kids play because they're not worried about doing every level. They're going by grade, so therefore you are developing with your peers, and that carries on from grade to grade to grade through high school. So they have it, just those three things right there. Those three things right there is the separator between how we think over here on this side as a whole. We're so infatuated with winning now and rigging our teams super stacked. When you only got one football, it becomes less about development and more about winning and chasing a national title that I hate to tell you nobody's going to win because genetically we just not made up to do it right now. We're just not. At least not a lot of the cities that have been representing us. Maybe the bigger cities, Hartford, the Bridgeports of the world, one of those guys, New Haven, one of those guys. But the medium to the smaller cities, you have no chance competing against the Richmond, Ohio's of the world, the Northeast East Ohio's of the world, the Oceanside Warriors, who they're bringing in a whole different bloodline with the Polynesian bloodline. You understand? We're not developing those type of athletes. We're just not.
If I could say something. What up, Cam? What's good, brother? If I could say something, let me go back to your point when you started talking about grade base. And we already know this. I don't agree that grade base is the better structure. I do agree that grade base is doing what Pop Warner used to do and AYF didn't. And I think Pop Warner had a leg up on them on it. When Pop Warner had every 2 years, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and that was it. Because now, Tito, now what has happened was Tito can be good at 10, but when Tito, if Tito moved to 12, Tito wasn't star-studded. You had to, guess what, Tito? You had to coach just to even be relevant the following year. What's happening now is you got these coaches that they just want to win because they're so scared to lose, bro. They're so petrified of losing that they're stacking 8, and I'm better at 9.
And then they follow the team.
And I got the best follow all the way out, Tito, and they go away.
And they can't coach.
Go away.
And they can't coach.
They go away. And the reason they go away is because now they got to do something that they never really had to do. Because if you land a stacked team at the right time, you never really have to coach. You just don't. If you have the best 8U team, Tito, you're more probably going to be somewhat relevant at 9U or the best at 9U. And as you win in the culture we're in, what starts to happen, Tito? People want to come to the winning team. So as you go up, you start to sucking more.
More talent, yeah.
If we had 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, like back in the day, even if you won that 10U, Tito, unless you got a bunch of 12-year-olds to join you at 12U, you probably not going to be stacked at 12. But you could be competitive, Tito, because your kids are still good. You just got to coach them a little differently against some kids that's in the same grade or 1 year older. Again, similar to grade base, 7th and 8th graders together, 5th and 6th graders together, right? You got them together. Now you got to coach a little bit. Pop Warner, if I could ask them to do anything, go back. Go back to every 2 years. And for these coaches
we forgot
and going away, get out the game.
We forgot another big factor of why we forgot another big factor of why the independents are killing us in Connecticut. There are also no waivers in those leagues. You play in the town you live in, and that there brings order to those situations where they don't have problem scheduling. They have parity in their schedule. You have to play where you live. These are all things, if we ever wanted to correct the ecosystem here, these are things that have to happen, and people ain't going to like it. Because now you're going to be forced to coach.
Because I ain't off of the age part yet. I still got one more thing.
My bad.
Scheduling. I remember in 2019 when Pop Warner had one level nationwide. One level, Tito. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. There wasn't a program in New England that didn't field every level, Tito. We had to win 15 games to get out the gauntlet in New England. And just in a whim, every age completely changed the dynamic. Because if you wasn't Hartford or New Haven or Dorchester or Waterbury, you couldn't fill every age group. You couldn't do a 6 and an 8 and a 9 and a 10 and 11. You know how hard it is to get 25 9-year-olds, 25 10-year-olds, 25 11-year-olds, 25 12-year-olds, 25 13-year-olds. That's not easy consistently every year. And then we're in a situation where programs are greedy. I'm doing 7 and 8, so I'm only doing those levels. And I want a full schedule, and I want to put them in your league, and I want to be home when we're home, and when we're away, I want to be at the same spot, but I'm only doing 2 teams. Mind you, Waterbury got 7 teams. And so I got teams that ain't real teams making demands when they're not putting up what everybody else.
They're not real organizations. They're real teams. They're not real organizations.
Right.
Is what you're saying.
And so people don't understand what the small leagues and the independents got is they got a structure that is conducive to their community so they can fill teams. I would tell you like this, I know how to ruin every independent league right now. Right now, Tito, today. If I'm the president of every independent league, I know how to ruin their league. And I'm about to tell everybody, I can ruin every independent league in New England. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to go in there, Tito, today, and I'm going to announce we're doing every year football. We're going 6U and 7U and 8U and 9U and 10, 11 and 12 and 13. And guess what, Tito? Y'all could do any levels y'all want. Just let me know and I'll put together the schedule. Instantly, right, Tito, the whole league is going to blow up. Right. Instantly, it's going to blow up. The community, some's going to do even, some going to do odd. Right. They'll never ever play each other again. It's going to blow up.
We're the only idiots that fell for the. We fell for the bait. We fell for the hook and ladder with the every year. And somebody told me this. A wise dude told me this. An OG of mine in the coaching space, who's one of my mentors. He told me, whatever AYF does, Pop Warner's going to follow suit 3 years later. We saw the implosion of AYF since this every year structure came. We went and did the same thing.
I was on the podcast advocating, please don't go. I swear, I'm going to call it back up. I'm going to go. It's still in our files. I was advocating against it. I saw AYF struggling. I saw the struggle on the way. They're struggling today because of it. They won't admit it. They got to act like they're the creme de la creme elite. Cool. Don't care that the OG Ducks play in your league. I'm talking about our local football. 99% of our kids will never play at nationals. So let's give them a local experience. And the local experience suck right now. No, we're not going AYF. Why would we go AYF? It would be stupid for us to go AYF.
And then people going to complain they don't got games.
We're not saying AYF is not in a better position than Pop Warner. Tito and I believe they're in a worse position than us. They've been doing it longer. So I'm not advocating going AYF by no means. I'm advocating Pop Warner National change the rule back. 6, 8, 10, 12. If you want to go 13 instead of 14, I don't really care. But it needs to be every 2 years. It was a better situation. Y'all remember it in New England for those that was around when they did every 2 years? Everybody had every team. And yes, your kid had to play a kid that was in the same grade who birthday fell and was probably 1 year older. So what? Shut up and practice. I heard a speech, Tito. and I'm not going to do the whole speech because I'm going to get his speech. I heard a speech that said, preparation is the difference of where you want to be, right? You prepare for the team you want to be. Inside preparation is separation, Tito. That's how you separate yourself inside preparation. And he says something very interesting. It's one of the greatest quotes I ever heard football-wise. I'm going to use this going forward. It was, he said the Marines got a slogan, Tito, that you don't rise to the occasion. You sink to your level of preparation. So in football games, everybody think kids can rise to the occasion. People rise to the occasion. It's not true.
Are you prepared? Are you prepared for the moment?
You're prepared.
Are you prepared
for
the moment?
When it's 4th and 2, you're not going to make the tackle because you rose to the level of the occasion. You're making the tackle because you're prepared. You know, if that guard pulled, I'm supposed to fill right behind them. They probably come in there. So you step up and fill when the running back happen to run into you, you make the tackle. So you sink to the level of your preparation, not rise to the level of the occasion. And he said the Marines had, if you're a Marine and that's not true, I don't know. I'm telling you what a speech I heard. He said the Marines had a slogan. So if it's true out there,
well, the slogan is failure to prepare is preparing to fail. You get what I'm saying? Like I've used that for years. And I mean, that's where I got it from the Marines. Failure to prepare is preparing to fail.
Hey, Kemp, I agree. It don't matter where you at. You have to train, which we're talking about right now, preparation. But Tito, move to your next point. You were talking about...
The other point is, too. So let's stop acting like winning youth football titles matters. We're in Connecticut. We know that the FCAC, we know that the, I think it's the SWC out that way on the shoreline. Those guys are controlling the state championships. It ain't us over here in the inner cities. So you think we got it right. We got it way wrong. We're too invested in the now and not invested in what's best for these kids moving forward. And that's an our fault thing. Again, that's an our fault thing because we got guys here that have been dominating their age groups for years and still had to have it all. To the point where I don't know who you guys are going to play this year. I'm going to bring it back up. Because people are openly volunteering and making requests not to play you guys.
For the record, I actually had that request. I had people request not to play certain teams. Not to play a certain team, not certain teams.
And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. And it's that clown behavior right there that has ruined this space. And again, it's us doing it. It ain't the independents freezing us out. I don't blame them for not wanting to have nothing to do with us. We don't behave the right way. We don't carry our coaching etiquette with proper etiquette, act like gentlemen. You guys have turned this space into a buffoonery. That's what we are, a buffoonery. And they're all laughing at us, and we're over here every day. This guy got to give me anxiety over a goddamn schedule that should have been done a month ago. I got anxiety over a schedule that I don't even control.
And he haven't even seen it.
I don't want to see
he doesn't even know his own schedule.
I don't want you to ruin my day.
He doesn't even know his own schedule. Right?
I don't want to see
but listen, accountability is key. Preparation creates separation, but accountability is key. Why? Somebody says, so what do we do about it? I love that question because I'm not big on just talking problems with nobody. I'm big on solution or being oriented. That's why I said, one, I think there needs to be a real discussion in New England specifically. We are not comprised of big towns and big cities. We're comprised of small town America. Unfortunately,
industrial, old industrial.
Maybe we got 7 cities.
Right.
Maybe.
Old industrial. A lot of us are old industrial towns that the industry has left. So what's left here is left here. You get what I'm saying? We don't have industries no more.
We go back every 2 years. The debate can be had. That's what I think should happen. Yes, there's going to be some coaches that's upset because some coaches are at 12 and they're going to go 13, but it's 14U. And I'm not going to win, Tito, because they're going to have 14-year-olds and my team's 13. So what? Then you lose. You lose in the playoffs. You went 4-4.
You go home. Season over. It's all right.
Go home. You did a good job coaching. You got a 13-year dude. I lost to Dorchester the year they won a national title game, Tito. You have never heard me say this publicly. Trey and them was 13, Tito. They were big as shit. They looked like Dorchester size. I had two 14-year-olds. I had the kid from Bridgeport. He came back from that national run in 2022. And I had one other kid. But Trey and the rest of them was 13. We made it to the regional championship.
Bro, I made it to a championship with a predominantly 13-year-old team when I was in Danbury and played Bill Watson's Springfield team that was predominantly 14-year-olds. I didn't complain.
No.
Again, you're talking to a person, remember, because I coached double seasons. In the last 2 years, I've coached the 10U. I've coached, let's start with 2024, the winter. A 14U. Then I coached the 10U for the fall.
2021.
2021. All right. Well, no, remember, I did the rotation. So that's why I started in 2024.
All right,
remember, I rotated with my team at PAL.
Yep.
I started 2024.
So you came back. So you rotated out and you came back.
Rotated out. So I started 2024. I had a 14, the beginning of 2024. In the fall, I coached 10U with my boy Fred Stevens. Okay?
Yep.
In the spring, I went back to PAL for spring, coached the 13U. In the fall, I came back and coached the 12U. Then this winter, I coached 11U, and I'm currently at 11U again. So, me, I could do it at any level. And that's what I'm saying. You got dudes coming on the internet talking about they're the best OCs. You can't coach their way out of a fucking paper bag. Like, you stink for real, dog. The scheme stinks. You can't coach everywhere. You can't coach at any level and do it at a high level. You just can't do it, dog. You can't do it. Like, we got too much of that. Cass is too scared to take of, okay, this year, we're not going to be on the older half of the age. So now you got to put something together. You got to get in the bag and figure out what's going to work. We may not be able to do this, but we can do this. We can't run this defense. We got to run this defense. This was the elite tailback here this year, but this year he may have to take the secondary tailback, the secondary running back role, or the third, and it's okay. You guys are so scared to let your kids face adversity. You're really hurting your kids. And the other thing I'm going to tell you, and we've seen some great ones come through here in the last 10 years. There is nobody right now in the system that's a D1 player. And I'll put that on anything. There's not one person right now that genetically has the makeup or have the ability to be a D1 player.
You about to get us. Me and Tito, we gonna have to hire security after this.
How many Power 5 players have
all
we produced?
All the fathers want to beat us.
How many Power 5s have we produced? How many Power 5 players have we produced? We've produced a couple. They've all come out of the same area. They came out of the same area. And genetically, look at what we're talking about in both cases. Genetically. Look at the pedigree of what we're talking about. So you can get mad all you want. You can feel how you want to feel. We have no D1 players coming through the system right now. Now, I'm talking about right now what I see. I'm not saying somebody shoots up. I'm not saying somebody shoots up to be in the next 4 years, winds up being 6'5", 6'6", because it's very possible that somebody spurts, things happen, people change. I'm just saying from the looks of what I've seen around, I don't see the Tyler Bookers of the world.
One. And look, we could be wrong. Isaiah going to Isaiah Rogers.
We're talking about around here. I'm not seeing everybody gets off into the one-off shit. Springfield's not Connecticut. We're talking about Connecticut right now. I can't speak for what's going on in Massachusetts. I know what I see around here.
He said Power 5, Gil.
Or Power 4, right, whatever it is now.
Hey, all right. Wow. That was a lot. I forgot what I was saying because you dropped the.
What you mean was a lot? I don't know.
No. A lot because I had something in my mind, but when you said that, I started reading the comments and it kind of left. It'll come back to me. But I don't want to say kids' names or parents' names.
I'm not doing that. I don't do that.
You and I talked about two specific families, and we looked at the pedigree of those families that went to the highest of what we talking about, and they met the requirement to the conversations we was having earlier.
Right. I mean, it wasn't. That's not by coincidence.
I want to tell everybody something. I want to tell y'all out there something. I want to say something to y'all. Before y'all start requesting to come on the podcast, before y'all do any of that, and look, I'm just gonna be honest. Tito and I actually do research on stuff. We don't come and spill out emotional stuff. It might come off to y'all as emotion because we're passionate. But when you decide to come on here and challenge us, or you're in the comments saying we lying, we have talked to people. We have done some sort of research. We know numbers, right? Like we do this stuff because we understand that we're going to be held accountable live. And play it and call us a liar.
Here's a quick one that I'm gonna throw at people. Is New Canaan not the best football town in this state, top to bottom, right now? Who wants to argue that? Is Ansonia in that conversation? Who wants to argue that? Are those the top 2 football towns in this state when we look at it holistically? Who wants to argue that? Is Greenwich in that conversation? Is Greenwich in that conversation? Give me somewhere from around here that's in that conversation. I'm gonna wait, but I don't have to wait. There is nobody. There's nobody. The top of the food chain in football are all towns that are not playing national structure football.
Do the top kids that go, let's ask this question. I don't know the answer, y'all. Do the kids that we see going to college on the D Power 3, 4, 5 at all, are they mainly coming from inner city or independent? I don't know the answer. But that's something we should research.
Well, if you look at the top players every year, if you look, it's a lot of the prep school players, and they're really not from Connecticut. You'll get the rarities from Connecticut. They're really not from Connecticut. They wind up here because that's where the post-grad situation led them, but they're not from Connecticut. Right now, we have a unique situation with some of the best players in the state.
Okay, you think Windsor is one of the top 3 teams in the state?
Program is non-existent. Windsor's youth program is non-existent. We are talking about top to bottom feeders. Who's controlling the development system and feeding? Windsor, I knew somebody was going to say that. How many
Bloomfield's not either. No disrespect. Let's take Bloomfield 13U last year, Tito. How many of those kids went to Bloomfield High School?
Right.
Almost none.
None. Right.
Almost none. So
again, I'm talking about people that have youth programs that feed their high school.
Maybe hand
as well. I would say yes. They're not playing national structure. Absolutely hands in that conversation. Absolutely hands in that conversation. You're missing the point, Sheldon. That's not what we're talking about. We know that the Windsor kids play in Hartford, Bloomfield, Manchester. They're playing everywhere but Windsor in the youth. Like we know that for a fact. So it's not like they're not getting kids that don't play. I'm talking about towns that have true feeders.
Bottom to top. Feeder all the way up to high school, fellas. He's not saying that Windsor High School isn't a good high school. Clearly, obviously, y'all know the Fleetings can coach. They had Mac over there. They got a good group of guys over there. Kennedy was over there. They got a good group of guys. They can coach. They'll win football games. We're talking about bottom to top, feeder to being great. Who has that structure in the state of Connecticut? That's what he's trying to say. Vic, I don't think anybody's talking about prep schools. They're in a whole nother plateau than what we're talking about. The Chopes, the Loomis, the Avons, we can't compare them to no public schools. They'll run through everybody. It got to do with money. In the public schools, Kemp, explain that. Well, them high schools coaches better get a hand in youth football. Jordan, I would agree with you. And Sonia youth program isn't on the national track.
Again, that's not what I'm talking about.
No, but that's the point.
They may be in Division 3. No, I think he's trying to say they're in Division 3. It don't matter. That's not what they're built on. They're built on their youth program feeding. They're building their youth program feeding into their high school. North Haven, yes. North Haven's definitely makes a case because they're from the youth to high school. They run the same system. They're one of the few I know that run the same offense at 79ers that they're running on their varsity. They're truly the epitome of what you're looking for in a feeder system.
So, Tito, we had somebody say, while we talking about this, we had somebody tell us that it said, and I love when they say this, Tito, they said, Phil, that you jump around to the best team in your program. Now, I heard that.
The same person that also claimed he's a decent offensive coordinator that says a bunch of nonsense.
I found it funny when for the last, 3 years, Larry Meyer's team was considered the best team in Hartford. Like, am I not wrong about that? Like, Larry Meyer's team over the last 3 years was considered the best team, probably 4. No, he lost to New Britain, I think, 4th year. But
the first year,
the first year, Larry Meyer's team was considered the best team in Hartford. I'm okay with that too. I'm not disputing that it was. What I'm saying is, how is it that I jump around to the best team when I wasn't even on the best team in my own program? Now, here's why they said it, Tito. And I told you this, and I'm going to say it publicly. Tito, whenever you hear or you see these posts and they come out and they say, name your best coach, and we let it through on our thing, I told you a long time ago, Tito, they're never going to say your name. And they're never going to say my name. Not that we don't care. We're old, bro. It's okay. I'm just saying. I told you, I said, T, then watch. Nobody will ever say your name. Nobody's ever going to say my name, right? Now, but nobody resume stacks up. If I put to you, Tito, that from 2012 to 2026, that's what, 13 years?
15 football seasons.
15 football
seasons, yeah.
That in 13 of 15 football seasons, I either went to Florida or was in a regional championship, and not all with the same team. I won in 2012, Tito. I won in 2015. I let them team go to Rose and Coach B and them. I could have easily took that team back to nationals. So much so, Steph took them to nationals in 2017. Say I won in 2015. Gave them up. They lost in 2016, went to nationals in 2017. From 2019, Tito, to 2024, I was at the 14U level taking whatever came up. The whole time, 2020, obviously, that don't count. But 2019, 2021, 2022, 2023, 14U the whole time. So what happens is people will look for reasons not to give people their flowers. So when y'all see me and Tito talking like this, it's because first of all, we're knowledgeable, we get research, and second of all, we're going to snatch what we believe and what we say and what we think, because one, we got the time, but two, we got to snatch our own flowers because y'all not going to give it to us.
And not even that, these cats won't even be here. A lot of these cats won't even be here in 2 years. Like I always tell you, all these cats that won't come and hoop and holler, I'm the GOAT, this, y'all won't even be here in 2 years. You won't coach no other team but the team you could win with, because we've seen that happen too. The cats will be here as long as they win. As soon as they start losing, they don't want to show up for games. They don't want to coach. They'll forfeit their team. They'll fold their team.
I don't care about winning. I only care about coaching.
They'll fold their team. They'll fold their team. I mean, look, we just seen one of the craziest runs ever we seen. Couldn't win at 12. Couldn't get it done with all the talent in the world. Couldn't get it done. Where are they now? They don't even exist. They don't even exist. Couple in New Haven. Couple went to Hartford. Cats driving an hour. You know what I'm saying? Cats can't coach, bro. Cats can't coach. It's the truth. They don't know what they're doing. Where are you now? Where are you now? Bums.
It is happening. The general is on it tonight. I told y'all. He warned y'all he was speaking the truth tonight.
Bums. And I'm shooting.
He told y'all he was speaking the truth tonight.
I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here. We're always with a different set of group of kids doing what I do.
I agree with this comment. Dudes rather throw dirt than to take notes. And you know why? I'm going to tell y'all why people don't take notes. And let's be real. I'm going to give y'all an example of I don't care. I'm a sore loser, so I want to win. I'm a winner. I win at everything I want to win at everything in life. So let me tell you, Kelly Russell. I did not know Kelly Russell in 2012. I knew him, didn't really know.
We knew KR. We knew KR over 20 years
2012, ago. I didn't really know Kelly.
I know KR longer than
Kelly was in New Haven. I was playing the first time Hartford ever made it to nationals. We end up playing Texas, Tito. We're playing Texas on ESPN. We go to 4 overtimes, 3.7 million people watching. The only reason I know that is because ESPN at the time called me and said that was the most watched Pop Warner game and sent me a CD of my game from ESPN Bristol to Hartford. They said, we don't give out this game. but you had a lot of views. We wanted you to cherish it. I respect that. But let me say something. During the game, Kelly in the stands watching me play go, Phil, they so scared of you. He don't tell me. He tells my team dad, Doug McCrory, the state senator, was my team dad. He tells Doug McCrory, yo, every time you look like you handing the ball off or you go toss or whatever, the whole Texas team is committing to the ball. I said, so I don't even see him talking to Kelly. I'm locked in the game. This is actually on ESPN, right? The game is still on ESPN. Doug come up to me and say, yo, my boy from New Haven, he don't even say his name. My boy from New Haven said, hey, Gil, I know that was, hey, Gil, we talk about that in a second. My boy from New Haven said, they're running up. You should run a toss pass. On cue, Tito, I go, hey, blah, 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 toss right pass. It went for a touchdown. The play went for a touchdown. I turned around. I went to Doug. I said, who told me to call that play? He pointed Kelly out. I ran over to the sideline, gave Kelly dap in front of everybody. I said, yo, thank you for calling that play. You have to be a student of the game and willing to learn if you want to be successful holistically in the space. I'm not talking about when you're going with the best team all the way through. If you're going to be in the game 20, 30 years, you're going to have to be a student of the game. You're going to have to learn from somebody. You're going to have to open yourself up to be taught. If you're not like that, you will and may have a good run, but success will never come your way. And when I say success, I mean holistically. Success is not being able to say, I won 7 years, I'm 70-0 in New England because I followed the same team all the way up. You should have had your hands on hundreds of kids over 7 years, 8 years, a decade, in my opinion. We can affect many more young men's lives than just the 25 we're coaching following 7 to 10 years out. And if you're a student of the game, if you're open, many people, Tito, would not have listened to Kelly. Man, I don't care who that is. I don't want to hear what they got to say. And lost, not Phil. He said that. I'm going to be honest. I didn't notice it. Tito, I was young.
Didn't you hit him with a halfback pass that game? You hit him with a halfback pass. Yeah. You hit him with a halfback pass. Yeah, y'all hit him with that.
He called that play. It went for a touchdown, remember?
Yeah, it went to Delshon Jackson. This conversation got me somewhere else. I wasn't paying attention, but I remember seeing it on TV. It
went to Delshon Jackson, who ended up playing in basketball for Jim Calhoun. Yeah. It was thrown by Dexter Lawson, who's playing professional football
Penn
right
State,
now.
Who played at Penn State.
Right. No, that's Marquise.
Appalachian State.
Dex played at Appalachian State, but he's now playing across seas professionally. He threw the ball to Delshon, who broke the tackle, scored, brought us into overtime. We won. We beat a team that was like 70-2 over the last.
Holy Cross, Texas. Holy Cross.
And that right there, I tell that story all the time to let people know, because people talk about that play because it was the way DJ broke it and caught it on the sideline. For those that remember way back, and a lot of people don't remember that, but for those that do, they talk to me about that. I tell them all the time, Kelly called that play. I didn't call the play. I would love to have taken credit and look like the GOAT of the 12U level in New England, but I'm not. Somebody else called that play for me on the spot. I listened, I went with it, it worked. Now, of course, if it got picked off, everybody would have said, Phil, you shouldn't listen to him, right? Because that's how the game works.
That's how this game works. You live and die with your decision. That's all we have is the decision in the moment. Hey.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go say just say.
No, I was getting back to the like you said, you sink to the moment. You sink to the moment. So the failure is preparing to fail.
Which means, Tito, I had it in the playbook. I just didn't call it. That's the preparation part, right? The I couldn't go out there, get on the ground and say, you know how we used to do, Tito? You draw in the dirt back in the day. We used to draw in the dirt. The plays
when you're playing with your boys, backyard boogie, the backyard boogie.
Yeah, you draw it right in the dirt. The way you tell the story, the memories seem better than the W. Listen, that was one of the best. That was probably the best game I've ever been in.
Well, that was your biggest moment as a program. You got to remember 3 years prior, you guys only won a couple games as a program in 2009.
And I'm gonna tell you something. We have
in a short time, they made the run in a very short, from the inception of his program in 09.
It changed our whole community of Hartford.
Right.
It changed the mindset of every child. It changed the whole community. And from 2015, when we went back, Hartford has never missed a year going down to nationals. I'm going to say that holistically for everybody out there. From 2015 till last year, Hartford has never not sent a team to nationals at some level. Not always Coach Phil. From 2015 to now. From 2023 to last year, we're the only program to send 2 teams. Multiple teams the same year. So, yeah, I'm giving flowers. And guess what, Tito? The team that went in 2023 played together at 6U. I'll put it to you like this, Tito. The team you coached at 10U, how many kids did y'all have from Hartford? What was it, like 30?
The whole team. Same thing with the 12U last year was mostly Hartford kids.
Same 12U. Yep. Yeah. Our 13U added 5 kids. So it's some different. Bro,
I'm not even like, I don't even like getting in these conversations. Like you talk about all the times you've been there. First of all, I've been with how many different organizations? Because I haven't had a kid playing so long. So I coached where there's teams at. I brought them all
the kids. How many kids do you think you coached?
Oh, in my lifetime now, 25 years times 30. I mean, just do the math, 3,000 or something.
It ain't always in the same number. It ain't.
No, it's not. I'm just saying. I'm giving the average.
You don't follow the 8U all the way up, then jump down to 8U.
No, never. I've only done the rotation. I've only done the rotation 3 times in my career. With my son when he started, Hector, I did the rotation with him. In East Hartford, I got a team at 10 and rotated with them. And then that PAL run. They were the only 3 teams I ever rotated with. Every other year, I've had a new group of kids. So maybe out of my 25 years, let's say 9 of them I rotated with. The other 16 years have been a team a year. You get what I'm saying?
Let's get back to the combo because Lance bringing us back. Lance, everybody loves a winner. So what does that mean, though? What are you saying? Record when you say
don't choke now. Since you want to come out here talking.
Do everybody love 5-3, 6-2, or is it I won the regional championship, so I'm a winner? Like I don't know if everybody loves a winner. Waterbury team was winning. C's went down to nationals. Don't tell me you won't lose players if you win. It's not true. Waterbury had a star-studded team. Not to say they're not star-studded, because somebody called me and was highly upset at our last conversation as if we were talking like Waterbury wasn't relevant. That wasn't our point. Our point was we know they lost some key pieces that I believe that I don't know why they would have left. I thought they had enough to get over any hump. They were talented enough to beat anybody, in my opinion, last year's team. Now, you're going to come up short, but I think they were talented enough to beat anybody. They came up short. Cool. But my point is, what is a winner in New England youth football? Tell me what a winner is. And Terry got a question, Tito. He says, with that take on coaching, do you think inner city public school coaches are good coaches?
No, I say this all the time. Just because cats coach high school football don't mean they know what they're doing. Just look who was just hired at Bridgeport Central that there's an article on. This guy, I mean, no. The answer is no. Just because you coach high school football don't mean you know what you're doing. People that coach high school football can get out at 2 o'clock. If you look, there's been more vacancies year in year. People aren't coaching high school football like that because the hours suck and the pay suck. So you don't always get the best coaches there. And to answer your question, no. I don't believe the high school coaches are good. No, I don't. I'm watching guys run beast. I interviewed with a high school team this year where they told me they were running beast in their core system, bro. I looked at them with 3 faces like, did I just hear that correctly? I mean, no.
You can absolutely lose kids if you're winning, but can you get kids if you're perpetually losing? The Hurricanes did. Tito just told you we went 3 years where maybe we won, 7 games total over the course of 3 years? We grew every year.
Phil always alludes to this in personal conversations we have with people off the record. Proper programming will always overcome all of that. If you're running a good program and doing right by the program and doing the right things, It always doesn't matter about the wins. Remember, people sign up for the experience. People sign up. Do they trust you? Do they feel their kids are safe in your program? Are you providing a positive atmosphere? Part of the problem with us is, and I meant to say this earlier, how about we start with picking up our pants and put the boom boxes away? How about that? Let's look like football coaches and act like football coaches. How about that? How about you stay off social media and shut your mouth? How about you don't have your kids swiping away helmets and doing all that nonsense and just shut up and play football? How about we start doing that? How about we stop worrying about if you're the GOAT or not? Because I guarantee you cats is making up the first thing to see you in 2 years. We're not seeing you in 2 years. We're not. You won't be here. I predicted many people that wouldn't be here in a couple years. Guess what? They're not here.
Yeah. I will test. He has told me, yo, this person won't be here too. And he was right about it. I'll give him that. I tell him all the time, wow, you said it. You called it. And they're not here. They're not there. But I think you can't perpetually lose. I also, Tito, a big problem we have in New England is when certain programs that haven't been successful get one good team, they put all the resources behind the one good team. And that's the team running around. They got the mask on. That program buy that team New Jerseys. Everybody in that program goes to that team's game. And that team probably 90% not from that town. So when it's over, the program becomes over. So then what's left? A program that produces 2 teams. A program that produces 3 teams. So here's another thing. I'm going to give y'all some gems. I like sharing some gems to help y'all provide better programming. How about just because you lost, you don't shun your kids at the end of the year and say, see you next year? Throw an immaculate banquet. See, at the end of the season, kids don't give a damn about wins and losses. Adults do. Y'all the ones that sit home. We the ones that sit home under the covers upset. Kids is dribbling the basketball, playing in the gym. They don't care that he missed the block and y'all lost. He don't care. You care. He probably don't care. I guarantee you that there's a kid that do not give a damn. He is playing ball and he's on to the next. But you care. People will always remember how you made them feel at the end. Have a banquet. Make the banquet immaculate. Call every kid name. I don't give a damn what you give them. If you can't provide with everybody else,
how about you
call every kid name.
How about you give them a certificate of appreciation or completion, a certificate of completion? How about you even get them a medal, trophy? A little bit goes a long way.
And you know what you do? You tell everybody. You say this statement. I say this at every bank. I'm giving out gems I shouldn't even give y'all, but I'm gonna make the space better tonight. Somebody's asking for resolutions. You get on the damn microphone, Mr. President or Mrs. President, and you say, if you brought a bag of chips, if you brought water, if you held a chain, if you brought peaches and apples or pears, if you helped us break down in the morning, set up in the morning or break down at night. If you're a team mom, if you're a coach, I want everybody to stand up right now. And you will notice that damn near in your program, or at least in mine, the whole room is standing. And you look around and you say, see, it's not me as the president. This is what it takes to run this program. And I greatly appreciate y'all. I say that every year. Ask anybody in the Hurricanes. Every year, I thank them. I give out a volunteer of the year. There's a bunch of volunteers. I just called them. They all standing up. But for the one person that go above and beyond, we give them something. If you've been coaching for over 10 years in the Hurricanes, I greatly appreciate you. You get a 10-year anniversary varsity jacket. It don't have to be that. Give them a hat. Give them a bandana. Let people know you appreciate them. Let them know. Those are the things that regardless if you win or lose, when you ever go to a restaurant, if you're treated well and the food not on that, you still tip. Let somebody treat you bad and the food be bad. You're not, what's the first thing you say? I'm never coming back here. People remember how you make them feel. In your programming, make people feel comfortable. Listen, as presidents, we take a lot of slack. I'm not saying You're not going to have people upset with your decisions. There is no decision you're going to make that's going to make everybody happy, because you always are on. There's people on both sides of every decision you ever make as a president. I recognize that. Holistically, when you come together at a banquet, it's for people to feel good, to celebrate. Make your kids dress up. Don't let them show up in Timbs and jeans and hoodies and sneakers. No, young man, go put on some shoes. Go get a suit. Get a button up. Get a tie. Young lady, put on a dress. We're going to celebrate you, but I'm going to make you work for your celebration because I want it to be memorable. You're not waking up, throwing on a Nike sweatsuit, playing the game until banquet time. No, you're going to take a shower. Mom going to get you some nice cologne. She going to go to the store and buy you some sneakers. I mean, if you ever see the Hurricanes banquet, these kids are dapper down. I mean, I can have, I might be the best dressed. My kids might be the best dressed at the banquets. Like, we need to have a banquet dress competition. But all jokes aside, I know what I'm saying might seem stupid, minute, small. I guarantee you, having over a 90% retention rate in Hartford Hurricanes, because to me, that's what success means, Lance. It's your retention rate. You want to ask me what success is? It's not your regional championship rate. It's your retention rate. Me, as the president, my greatest thing that I've ever done is maintain, I say, above 87% to 90%. Predominantly 90. Sometimes I went to around 87, 88. Is holding my retention rate high, keeping kids coming back. Yes, there's some kids that left. It is. We got a slogan. If y'all ever ask, you see Coach G, he not even on social media, he ain't gonna know this. I want y'all to say, yo, what's the slogan when people leave y'all? And he'll tell you, I have a slogan, I believe this. I'll say they always come back because we provide good programming. May not like me, may not like Tito. You might not like Coach G, but we provide good programming. So you know your stuff is going to be refurbished. You know what we're practicing. You see what we have for the kids. You see what we offer the parents. You see how we do our banquet, how we thank you just for participating. Like, you participate and you get more than what some teams get at champions. There's some teams that tell kids, bye, you lost, get out of here. I don't know how they retain kids. I'd love to know that, because I don't know how you lose, not have banquets, not recognize your families, your volunteers.
Well, clearly, it's not. People aren't feeling the same about it, because we've seen programs that had 4 teams last year evaporate this year. We've seen another program that's been around for 60 years just close its doors on Thursday. Now, there's another factor behind that, which I'm not going to get into, right. But right. Be careful who's running your organizations. Be careful who's running your organizations, because all the organizations that have folded this year have been ran by people that shouldn't be running football organizations, period. Look how many teams were down this year across the board. That wasn't the case last year. People got holes everywhere, even with the even ages where you're usually thick, 10, 12, 8. I mean, there's a real problem. There's a real problem, and waivers is a part of it. People need to go back home and play for your towns. And the every year structure has not worked in our favor.
I do not believe there's kids in your town that won't play football. If you have an elementary school and a middle school, don't tell me you can't get 20 kids from that school to play for you. Just don't. No, have you went hand to hand as they let out of school, you and your coaches giving a flyer to everybody out there. Don't tell me, oh, well, we gave them to the superintendent and he gave them to every kid in a book bag. That ain't the same. So Hartford Hurricane coaches, remember, we sit outside Fox Middle. We sat outside Fox Middle, had 1,000 flyers, and Fox Middle and Martin Luther King is across the street from each other. And 3 people at this school, 3 at that school. We damn near handed every kid a flyer out there with the merch on. One time, Tito, we all got on bikes, rode around the whole city of Hartford deep. You know what that looked like? Oh, no, Hartford Hurricane, yo, man, get over here. Let me holler at you. But you talking to fathers. Listen, in your community, somebody knows somebody on that coaching staff. Let's be honest. Matt and Hamden. If Matt and 10 of his Hamden coaches get on bikes and ride around the whole town of Hamden, Everywhere y'all see kids at the basketball court somewhere, somebody gonna know somebody y'all with. That sparks the conversation. Putting in that work, we got lazy. And no, we oftentimes talk about how the internet, Tito, you talk about this, how the internet you think made kids lazy. They don't communicate the same. They don't play the same.
They don't ride bikes. They don't ride bikes. They don't play
it also
outside.
made us lazy, Tito. As coaches, it also made us lazy.
Yeah.
When I was doing that,
you got the creepazoids. You got the creepazoids that getting in kids' inboxes, which is a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
You know, we got kids that hit us all the time that I refuse to answer. If I can't talk to their parent, I'm not talking to no kid on the inbox and messengers. You'll never hear the general trying to get a kid through I don't do that. I don't even talk to parents, even if they're on the fence with coming to us. I won't beg you to push you over here. I won't. Because if you think there's somewhere better, you're going to be nothing but a problem for me. And I'm not the one to give problems to, because you're not going to like my response to it. You're just not. So I'd rather you go over there, be somebody else's headache. You're not going to be mine.
Bro, I still, Tito, you know I did this. This year, I bet nobody, some of these presidents don't even know about this. I bought 1,000 flyers, the cards, 4x6.
Club
the
flyers.
Ones that used to be in our club. After
flyers.
you get out of the club and everybody put them on the window, we bought 1,000. That's my coaches. We had the coaches meeting everybody, 50, 50, 50, 50. I need them off. And I'm a program, Tito. You know this from being in it. We typically fill up way early. We typically fill every level, but that don't stop the work. It didn't stop the work. It didn't stop me from working. It didn't stop me from training.
I made that suggestion, here. Like, social media works to an extent. If you think the majority of your marketing is going to come from social media, you're mistakenly wrong. It doesn't move the needle. It doesn't move the needle. You have to be out in your community and present. You got to touch the people. And what I mean by not physically, you got to be able to talk to people and dialogue with people and explain to them what you're doing and have your rap down packed. We've gotten away from that, and clearly it's hurting everybody's program, because it's not a program I know that's in the same shape they were in, maybe a few that they were in the same shape they were in last year. This has been the worst year I've seen in all my years of doing this, of what you've had to go through with your schedule, what I know is going on with other people's schedules. But meanwhile, the independents got none of these problems. Their schedule's been out for weeks. The one New London in them in, the Santos in them in, their schedule was out a month ago, and it's not changing.
They don't have coaches on social media taking shots.
Shoreline schedule was out a month ago, I'm sure. Nutmeg schedule was out a month ago. CTYFL schedule was not a month ago. But we're over here trying to load teams where you ain't gonna have nobody to play you. And don't come to us crying or even this one, blaming us for why you can't get a waiver. There's no reason you should be driving an hour away to play football when you got 20 teams on your ride over there you could play for.
They're gonna say, y'all scared of me. Everybody's scared to play me. Y'all scared. This supposed to be football. Just shut up, line up, and play. What you say to that?
I don't blame people no more. And I think when a lot of you guys leave, this place will be a better place, because me and you will still be here. But y'all won't. That's just the truth. Y'all won't. Y'all not here for the long haul. You don't see the things we see and know the things we know. There's only a couple guys here that got more time in service here, and they don't reside in Connecticut. They don't reside in Connecticut. We know the Dorchester crew. They got some years on us. They got more years in. We know like Jeff Hannon, probably Cuddy, these guys from Mass Stacks. These guys got longer time. They're a lot older than us, too. They got more time than us. But you cats here in Connecticut, you don't got more time than us. You don't got more time than us. Maybe Wright from New Haven. He an old timer. Barrels.
Barrels, Jay Wright.
KR, those guys. But those guys are significantly, those guys are a decade older than us, I would assume. They're all, if not 60, they're significantly older than us. So, I mean, there's a couple guys here, but you guys that are making all the noise, you don't know your ass from your elbow. You just don't. You don't.
Listen, tonight's podcast is being brought to you by Mr. Wolf 140, and we're dropping bombs tonight.
They can feel how they feel. Pick up your pants and put the boom boxes away. How about that?
Wow, Bill, you've been around more.
Oh yeah. Duke been around. He been around the grip. He probably got as much time in at least 20 years. I've known Duke 20 years now.
Duke, how old is Duke? I think Duke look like he's 30.
Duke's closer to my age now. Duke in his 40s.
For real?
I don't know where he's at.
34 years old.
I would assume me and Duke is the same age. I would assume we the same
young,
age.
man. Yo, listen, coach will keep y'all young. Y'all better stay in this game. Stop following the team leaving. Y'all gonna look 50 when y'all done. Not there's nothing wrong with looking 50. I'm almost 50 and I look 50. I think that's okay.
Bro, it's an honor to get there. Look how many of us.
Listen, I tell y'all the goal in life is
look how many we came up with.
Oh, Matt Kennedy got 30 years in. Let's give Matt his flowers.
No, definitely.
JB said he got a dub. JB, you got a dub?
Well, me and Mr. Bryant.
I need people from Raven to coach on that.
Me and Mr. Bryant, we got the same born date. We got the same board date with this shit of 02. This is both our 25th seasons. 25th season. 25th season.
Big Nate, I see you when I'm 70, Nate. You had 25 then when I'll get 70, bro. I'll be sitting back watching, I'll pop out now and then. You know what I'm saying? I'll be on vacation a lot by that time. God willing, if the prayers come. He said, be 60 soon, send gifts. Hey, man, that's a blessing. I can't wait. I can't wait for the day I see 60. That's going to be a blessing. Listen, man, I love life. But listen, y'all, listen. We got 10 minutes left, Tito.
Man, I don't even need to. I said everything I had to say.
You got it off your chest.
Cats got to go back home. You want to fix the space? You got to go back home. We need to adopt the matrix that works for everybody and just not the chosen few. And go back home. Go back home, play for your time. It's all right. Play for the community. It's all right not to be undefeated every year. It's totally all right. Huh?
Nobody cares if you're emotional over what we saying. If you think we talking about you, then you need to look inside yourself because probably you feeling like this is.
If you think I'm talking about you, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. Trust me. And my inbox is open to cats. I love dialogue off the record.
And he
don't be upset with it. Don't be upset. Don't be upset with the reaction. Don't be upset with the reaction.
We talk about respect.
And just know I'm standing on business, and there's nothing you can do about it. So just know I'm standing on business. So
right, when we talk about respectful dialogue, Tito, right? Just make sure they understand. We're talking about respectful dialogue, brother. We're here to create peace in the space. The space need peace. All right. And yo, last thing I want to say, Tito, before we go. Can y'all please out here in New England, can y'all please stop acting like y'all got ops in youth football? Like, please, fellas, everybody, please stop acting like you got ops. Y'all don't got ops. Have any of y'all ever probably most youth football people don't come from the streets, I hope, and that's a good thing. You don't got ops. You're probably not going to do nothing to the person that you see at the football field that you think you're op, which is a good thing. I'm not advocating that you do. I'm advocating that you stop acting like he's an op. He's not an op to you. Y'all don't got ops, bro. I get it. I'm a football coach. I get it. Sometimes making it seem like everybody's hating you feeds you to be a better coach. So create the energy around what you need to create. Stop acting like you got ops. I love when people tell me something we said on the podcast was sent to this person, and they sent it to him, and they said there's a problem, Phil, between Hartford and some town. Hartford don't got ops. Y'all don't see my coaches on social media? My coaches, honestly, most of them OGs. Couple young cats that we bring up in the system. We keep.
They don't have to,
for the most part, you don't see Hartford coaches on social media.
And the wildest dude in the room is honestly, very rarely.
I text them fast. No, don't do that again. I'm not like the rest of y'all presidents. I text my guys fast. Not leave that, shut that down, let it go. We don't have to do that.
The truth of the matter is, you
don't got ops, bro.
Y'all this space may be a better space if a lot of y'all just leave. Like straight up.
Let them play their way out.
Yeah, just
let them play their way out, bro.
You haven't helped. If anything, this year I could say most of y'all have helped destroy the space. Like have helped destroy it. from what I see. And I don't want to hear the crying, oh, we won't give people games. We not doing this. Listen, you chose what you chose. We chose what we chose. We standing on what we standing on. It's not our problem. Y'all can't fill your schedule. So stop asking for scrimmages. Stop asking for games. Those I mess with, you come to me. You need me to put something together for you. I'll do my best to do so. I'm not making promises. But outside of that, I'm standing on what I'm standing on.
Again, fellas, we don't got ops, man. Ain't
Business
nobody,
business.
ain't nobody
Business
my op
business.
in football. Y'all understand what I'm dealing with, man? I'm over here trying to create generational wealth. I had a granddaughter that run to me because I just put in the Hurricanes cheerleader. Y'all sitting around, I'm watching people talk like they got ops in youth football. I'm like, what in the world is going on? I ain't your op. I'm almost 50. I work out every day. I'm eating good. I take sea moss for health purposes. I'm taking ashwagandha and black seed oil. I'm feeling good. I'm trying to be in the best shape of my life. I ain't your op. I just want to get on a football field, pop a little bit of shit to you, beat you, and shake hands. We don't even got to talk if you don't like me. And then I'm back to Hartford with my people, and we doing what it do poolside at my house. That's what I'm doing. Ain't nobody.
We can't even. It's not even worth dialoguing with people or jawing with people anymore because you don't know how these cats be feeling. We know from things that we've said here, some of the reactions we've drawn, and some of the dust ups we've been involved in because cats think that this is just an act. You know what I'm saying? Like and then they get themselves in a bad situation. They get themselves in a bad situation, and we're the bad guys. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to say it right now. Nobody's nobody up. Like, cut it out. Ain't nobody's up. You know, ain't nobody's nobody out. Yo, 7 here, Tito.
Oh, what up? Oh, peace to the guy. Where he at? Put him on the camera.
Say what up. Say what up to the people, bro. Yo, but I just wanted to say, man, ain't like we, you know how many people have threatened, not threatened, have had words, Tito, with you and I because of the podcast.
Yeah.
And we have went everywhere in the hemisphere of youth football and honestly have felt comfortable. Part of the reason is we understood that we ain't really your op. Whatever you mad at, whatever you got on your chest, it's only you. You're not nobody op. Like, you're not nobody op. You're not going to do nothing, none of that. Like, we got to cut all that out because I'm going to be honest. What happens when you generate that energy is there might be people around you that don't follow those rules, Tito. What happens when Tito make it seem like Phil his op and Tito like, I ain't really going to do nothing. But the people around Tito don't know that Tito ain't
They don't know better. Some people don't know better. Like, they don't, and you can't. Again, don't put yourself in a situation. We need
not something to happen. Yeah. Like I was about to show the last couple things that people sent me. YNC, like that YNC shit.
Yeah, that shit is garbage.
They're damn near fighting every week, but y'all want to. That's the model.
That's garbage. The Florida culture. I mean, I know it's their culture, but that's not our culture here. Like, cats, y'all got to stop bringing it up because we don't operate like that over here. Over here, you act like that, you're probably getting thrown out of your league. Like, whether it's Pop Warner, AYM, more than likely you're getting thrown out of your league. So leave that shit for YouTube and all that. Enjoy it. It's entertainment. That's all it is. It will never be our reality over here. It will never be our reality. Not as long as this podcast is up and running because it's going to be frowned upon.
And before I go, because we're about to leave, I want to say 2 things. 1, national rankings, they're coming out. We got some New England teams in national rankings. You got New Britain Junior Canes. Names have been mentioned and not by me. Obviously, Mount Hope coming back. They're ranked. You got teams here that's ranked in nationals ranking, and they're going to start dropping Monday. I think 13U national ranking is dropping Monday. We're going to push guys to pump it out. I see Gilbert is back. That's one I know Gilbert back. I got to call NEO flight head coach. I don't know if they're coming back. I heard they got some younger levels, but they lost a lot of pieces, Tito, in high school. So I don't know how they're going to be. But a couple of these guys going to be on the podcast on next week. So we could talk to them after we drop the rankings to talk to them about their team and to probably tell me, Phil, you out your mind. I'm the #1 team in the nation. Firecats is low.
Again, we don't always get it right. These
And
cats
Tito,
overseas-
I heard Peanut went back to the Firecats. Can y'all out there confirm that? Florida. I know the Firecats.
Well, why wouldn't he? He's been a staple there. Why wouldn't he go back?
No, he left. He left.
Oh.
I think he went down to Miami Gardens.
Oh,
He was down in Miami Garden, and I think he went back to the Firecats. I think
no,
Peanut.
he played. He was there on the 12U last year with Ennio Flight.
Last
Talking about the little guy?
Then he left, Tito. I believe Little Peanut left the Firecats. I'm telling you. Let me make sure. He left the Firecats. I'm telling you, that was a big story in the offseason of the Firecats 12U. May not be what it is, but I think he came back.
Bro, people could do what they want in February and January, bro. Like a lot of cats ain't operating that.
I think he's back.
We've lost. That's a whole nother thing, bro. Listen, the spring is fun, it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Matt just confirmed it. Yes, he was with YSN. They played. Right. They just played a game, and and as you can see on my screen, August 10th,
kids could play with who they want from January to July. The real season is one in the fall. That's the only thing. At the end of the day, the fall is what really matters. None of those other things matter leading up. Not the spring leagues, not the tournament circuit, none of it.
You're going to disagree with me, Tito. And I ain't win this argument. You're going to disagree with me. I think the Firecats should be ranked 1 coming out of the preseason rankings.
Where? What level?
Nationally.
At 13?
Yes.
They should be ranked 1?
I got
to think about that. I'm not jumping out the window on that one. I got to think about who else is out there. Hell, is Gilbert in Division 1?
They're back.
Is Gilbert in Division 1? They won division. They beat Ennio Flight. How wouldn't they be number 1?
Every team that win the national chip don't come back as preseason ranked number 1 in college or NFL. So
I get it. But that team,
however, they earned the right
team
to be the preseason number 1, so they are number 1. I'll tell everybody right now. Gilbert is the number 1 team in the nation. But I'm going to say to you,
that Gilbert team is the real deal.
13
that Gilbert team is the real deal.
Huh?
That Gilbert team's the real deal.
Obviously, bro. They beat them.
If they got that kid. Hold on. Oceanside won 13 and 14, right? Oceanside won 13 and 14. Gilbert won 12.
Abby. I love having Kevin on the podcast. All right, so anyway,
it's 11 o'clock at night.
It's 11 o'clock. I want to say this, Tito. The Harper Hurricanes 13U is taking New England. It's your boy PH the Prez, Mr. Above 140, and I'm here with my co-host.
It's your boy Coach Correa, the General. Big Bell City Broncos, A60 Army. Peace to the God 7.
You see him?
Yes, sir. 7. Much love,
Got
my brother.
me up late night, man. I'm tired. The family done walked into the building. We out. Easy. We got a fun-filled show tonight.
I met a boy today.
It's your boy, Coach Correa, the General. A60 Army.
She loving my style every time I'm
You ain't need more money, Tito. You could have just invited 6 or 8 you down to Nationals.
I'm around.
When certain people don't get their way or they feel slighted, they feel like they have a right to call us and voice their opinion. You don't.
We locked the
I've never removed a staff to allow a staff to move up.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Now everybody's a personal trainer. We know who the originals are, but now if you look, you can find them in every town.